Alright, what's good, y'all? Just Kanan in the building. You might not. I'm gonna have to blur that out. But anyways, bro, I got a story to tell y'all. What's the story about? Hold on. Alright, look, so everybody in this shit like have a story, right? I'm gonna tell y'all a story about about the first kiss I ever had, bro. Like the first girl that was ever in my life, bro. And this shit take place in middle school, right? This shit take place in middle school. Middle school, you know, I always been that nigga, and like elementary, bro. I was like running around happy as shit, stay wherever the fuck I wanted, didn't get no fuck until middle school, bro. Middle school is when everything changed for me, bro. I started getting antisocial, bro. I learned how to beat my meat, bro.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
Like it was over, bro. It was over for me. I felt like it was over. I felt like I had no career. I wasn't talking to no girls. I felt insecure, bro. I didn't really talk to people, bro, because I felt like no one cared, bro. I felt like no one cared for real, right? I felt insecure. I wasn't talking to nobody, bro. I literally be in my classroom, and it wasn't like I didn't want to talk to people. It wasn't like I didn't want to talk to people. It was like low key just because I appreciate the likes. Hold on, this leads into high school, right? This leads into high school. In middle school, I couldn't, and the popular kids would be talking, bro. And then every time the popular kids be having a conversation, I'll be wanting to join because it be seeming so interesting, bro. But I like never had like the confidence to like sit there and just like chat it up. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like I didn't have no friends in middle school, bro. Hold on, I had no friends, right? I had no friends. Bro said, bro, first kiss had to be a boy. Hell no. No, like I had no friends. Whenever I tried to like talk to somebody, the conversation was weird. I literally tried not to be myself because I hated myself. You know what I'm saying? So every time like I would talk to somebody, they're like, what the fuck? Like they would think I'm weird, bro. And that only made me feel more depressed about myself, for real. So, right? And like I was this way until like 8th grade. 8th grade is when I met this one girl. She'll be nameless, bro. She'll be nameless for right now, cause like low key I forgot her name, right? I'm in after school program, right? Like cause my work, like I'm kind of failing. My mom don't want me at the house, bro. Like I think she knew I was beating my shit like after I went home, bro. I barely had shit to do at the house, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I don't know what I was doing. I know I was doing something I had no business doing. I wasn't messing with no girls, bro, because I didn't have none, but I was doing something else. I was probably like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So she probably didn't want me at the house. My grades wasn't bad, but I had B's and C's. And, right? And it was this one girl that still won't be named because I don't know her name. And she's like at this fountain. And I'm like looking at her. I'm like, yo, it's my last year of being in middle school. I might as well just holler at her. Right? I might as well just like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna holler at her. Cause there's nothing else I'm gonna lose, bro. It's middle school, bro. I went this entire, I almost went this entire year without getting a kiss, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm finna go this entire year without getting a kiss. Like, are we serious? I'm finna go this entire year without getting no kiss. And it's like hell no. So I just walk up to her. I was like, "Ma, I think you kind of cute." And she says, "Oh really? You look good. You look good too." I'm like, are you talking to me? In my head, I'm like, damn, bro. In my head, I'm like fucked up off of it like the entire day. You know what I'm saying? I'm like messed up off of it the entire day. I'm like, what? Yo, she think I'm fine? I feel like after I left, bro. Like, I'm like, dang. I'm looking myself in the mirror when I get home. I'm like, I'm playing Drake in the shower. I step out that shit. I feel like $1 million, bro. And like before that, right? Before all that happened, I went home. We chatting it up and whatever. And we going back to like the class, the after school class, and like she hanging around all these niggas, and I'm like, yo, it's over, bro. It's over. They gonna take her from me. Did they? No. And that's how I like went home. And she texted me when I was on the way home. And like it just made me feel better in the moment, because like I thought she was not gonna text me because she was new to the school. And Like she was hot. She was hot, bro. I thought she was like on everything she said. Call the police. I'm getting her ass. That's not what she said. You know what I'm saying? That's not what she said. And like I'm going home from like the after school program, and she like, hey, with like 3 Ys. I'm like, and that's when I started playing the Drake music in the shower, right? I'm at the after school program in middle school. You know what I'm saying? It was like a Wednesday, right? And we like texting each other. We kind of chatted up a little bit, and like it's the same thing happened. Like I'm starting to get like more comfortable with myself, because I'm like, dang, she like really messing with me heavy. Like she texted me on time. She texts me on she fast texting with it. You know, when a girl fast texts, you know, it's like it's not normal, bro. You know, usually it's like a few minutes, a few hours before a female texts back. You know what I'm saying? This shit is like hold on. Like instantly, you know what I'm saying? It's like instantly. And it's like, it's made me feel good, because I'm like, damn, bro, I got females on my meat, bro. Like, and we start chatting it up, right? We start chatting, talking. And eventually, right, she be like, where you live? And I'm like, I live such and such. She's like, ain't no way, I live in the same area. I'm like, yo, that's fire. And she said, you want to meet up? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, bro. Like, let's meet up, because I've never like had a relationship with a girl like this, bro. Like, you have to understand, bro. I didn't have females on me, bro. I was alone. I'm like, yeah. And you know, whatever. We walk up and meet together, and we chatting, and like she said, you want to kiss with her? I'm like, kiss? I ain't never had that before. I'm like 13. I'm like, yo, kiss? Like physical? And she like, that's not what I said, but that's what I was thinking. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like 13, like getting all like excited off this shit. I'm like, and she like, yeah. I'm like, and we talk, and I ain't gonna lie, I wanted more.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
I wanted more, so like I was like, and I'll go in for like the second. I didn't know what I was doing, but I was doing this, and like, luckily, like we was in the middle of the bro. My dad wanted another one in the middle of when we was having a conversation about her dad, grandpa.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
Like, I wanted another kiss. I did not give a fuck about what she had going on. I'm like, damn, girl, that shit was. I didn't say that. I was like, damn, that shit kind of nice. I was leaning like this. I was like, and she like, what are you doing? I was like, I wanted another kiss. She said, all you had to do was ask for one. I'm like, what? I'm like, and she kissed me. I'm like, and then like, I want to use tongue. So like, I was freaked out. You know what I'm saying? I was freaked out. You know what I'm saying? I was watching too much P-Hub. I was freaked out. You know what I'm saying? I was way too freaked out. And days go by, right? Bro, I'm walking home. No, let me explain the walk home from that situation, bro. I'm walking home. I'm like, yo, everything felt nice in that moment, bro. It felt like the world was in my hands. It felt like the world was in my hands, gang. I'm walking home, bro. Some nigga complimented my shirt. I'm like, yeah, like I'm seeing some little kid. I'm like, hey, you make it home now. I'm like 13, bro. This kid had to be like 9 years old, bro. Looking at me crazy, but I'm like, hey, you make it home to your mom. I'm walking home like, I feel grown and shit. I'm like, no, but nobody can tell me nothing, bro. I just had my first kiss, bro. I feel like I'm not a loser no more, right? I'm going home, bro. And I'm texting her, and she says, bro, we low-key gotta do that again. I'm like, bet. Automatically. So next day, right? We go to class, right? After school happens, and we just chatting it up with each other. Like we like this. Is that my girlfriend? Was that my girlfriend? No. You know what I'm saying? We was one of them. It was like obvious like we were together, but it wasn't official. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. That's gonna come into play later. That's the reason I mentioned it. So, right? And it was like, there's another girl who wanted me, right? Like we talking or whatever, and there was like multiple after school programs like going on, and it was like I'll go to use the bathroom. There was this another girl, and she kind of had some, like she had the big yams. She had big yams, bro. She had some, and I'm like talking to her, bro, and she like, yeah, no, whatever, right? And she like messing with me, so I'm being a little hornball. I'm like, I can have these two girls mess with me, bet. So I started talking to them both, and then the other girl found out the girl I was messing with, right? We gonna call the first girl S, and we gonna call the second girl Faye. S and Faye, right? S and Faye. So Frey, right? Frey was I was messing with Frey. You know what I'm saying? But I was in the talking stage with S. And I ain't never got this much action in my life, bro. So I'm sitting there, I'm like talking to her, and S sees me talking to Frey. And she just walk away. I'm like, damn, let me go after her. Right? Let me go after S. And I'm like tripping. I'm like dead ass tripping, bro. Like, fuck. And like, I'm like, yo, like I was just asking her questions, and she like, no. And I'm like, damn. Like, I think this over, bro. And then like next day, like she still texts me. She said, you know, are you okay? I'm like, are you serious?